Welcome to the TPC Desktop video series. In this video, we're going to look at calibration associations, where calibration can be associated, in this case, to a CAD file. So I'm using the XREF that we used in the Calibrate XREF video, and I've selected 4 of these point pairs. In this case, here I've got the end of a line in the XREF to a point in my survey, another one up here. So I'm going to right-click to tell it I'm all done selecting those. I'm going to tell the calibration I'm going from that DWG XREF file to my local site. Okay. Here are the points that I selected. Here's the parameters that it computed. And in just a moment, we're going to come back and take a look at this list here, because we're going to see that Traverse PC is going to add this DWG file as one of these XREFs. So let's go ahead and save that. Okay, I'm going to put the cursor over the XREF, go to X References in the pop-up menu, and then open that in the CAD view. It's a new tool in there so that we can easily get access to the XREF that we're using here. Now, if I bring up the Manage Calibrations and take a look at this calibration that's here, I'm going to see that Traverse PC has associated this DWG file with this calibration. So this calibration was created by going from the DWG file to my drawing view, or to our survey's coordinate system. And that's called a forward calibration. It also knows that I could do a reverse calibration from the drawing back to the CAD file. And we're going to do that in just a minute. So Traverse PC is smart enough to go both ways once it has associated this CAD file with the calibration. So let's cancel that, cancel this. Let's take an example of it. So I'm going to, let's zoom in here just a little tighter, I think, on this corner. Okay, I'm going to send this text over. So let's go to CAD View, Send Object. Traverse PC says, hey, I found a calibration that's associated with the CAD file that's opened in the CAD view. Do you want to use that calibration and when we send this data over? And I'm going to say yes. It's also going to tell me that if I hide this box, I can find it again under View Calibrations inside the CAD view. So I'm going to say yes, use the calibration. So it sent it over based on the calibrated position, reverse calibrated position in the CAD file. So let's do the same thing with a line, just so I can see something a little more exact and get a feel for kind of how it's doing this and what it's doing. So I've just added this line, this long chord, and if I need that back in the CAD file, I'm going to do the same thing. CAD View, send the object. I'm still showing this box, so I could turn this off and it would happen automatically. I'm going to say yes. See what it did? Brought it right in where it needs to be. I'm going to do that again, but I'm going to say this time don't use that reverse calibration. So let's send this line again. Let's CAD View, Send Object. This time I'm going to say no. So I want to send it back without recalibrating. So it's going to send back Traverse PC's coordinates, not the CAD file's coordinates. Let's watch. See what it did? So I want you to see real quickly that Traverse PC can set this up for me, and I can start using this to work back and forth between my survey and the information in the CAD file. I'm going to delete these here real quick, and I'm going to show you then what I would do. Let's select this one and delete it. Yeah, under kind of a production mode, I would say, okay, I'm going to send the first object over, and I'm going to say CAD View, Send Object. I'm going to tell it, don't show me this again, and yes, use the calibration. Now I can send any additional objects over here, and they just show up. If I were to come into this CAD view and have some additional objects that I wanted to send over, and let's have that just touch that. And I'm going to send this object back now over to the drawing view. I have to select objects first. Okay, so let's drawing view, send selected entities. See how it came in the same position? So I used a forward calibration there to go from the CAD view to the drawing, and to send that long chord in that arc definition text, I use the reverse calibration. That all happens automatically, and I can come into View, Show Calibrations, and tell it I want to continue to use that association or not. When I save this survey, it'll save that calibration of that association with the survey. and it's also in that cal file. So I can share that calibration file and use it with any number of other surveys on this project, as long as the CAD files continue to be in their coordinate system and Traverse PC continues to be in its coordinate system. So this is great. I mean, how many times do I get a CAD file that's in inches, not feet, or based on local site when I'm in state plane? You know, just all kinds of reasons that they're not on the same grid. And this says, hey, that's not a problem. I can work back and forth between the two of them with a calibration.